Hey, I'm back again. This time the gameplay is not of Smite, but of Battlefield 4. And I will not be talking about the game in particular. Instead, I will be talking about something which I think is kind of weird in games, which is the names. Now, in games such as Battlefield, it makes perfect sense. You're on the battlefield. It's called Battlefield. Makes sense, but Crisis. What? Why is it called Crisis? And then why is Crisis? I mean, I understand why it's spelled C-R-Y because it's in the Cry engine, but why Crisis? Why is it called Crisis? I mean, why? There's aliens. I mean, sure, it could be considered a crisis, but so could Battlefield, the plot of Battlefield 4. That could be considered a crisis. Anything could be considered a crisis if it's an FPS. Anything. So, I mean, it's kind of vague. Besides the fact that it's spelled C-R-Y for the engine of the game. I mean, with Far Cry, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, dude, he's far away from home. If he were to cry because he's getting killed, he's crying to a place that's kind of really far away, right? And cry because in the Cry engine, well, not after the first one. I mean, Far Cry 2 wasn't in the Cry engine, neither was Far Cry 3. Far Cry 4 probably won't either, and I'm looking at this gameplay, it's lagging out a lot. I hope that's not the video, and it's just Windows Media Player. It's getting all messed up like that. That, and I'm looking at Audacity, and in between the bits where I'm talking, there's these weird, squiggly lines, which kind of look like something's wrapped around it. I mean, I don't even hear any other sounds. Yeah, there's no other sounds besides the fan of my computer, which isn't even that loud. And, I mean, sure, my mic is relatively close to my PC, but it's not close enough to actually pick up the sound, right? I don't know. It's weird. I don't even know. So yeah, game titles. What else? World of Warcraft, that makes sense. Warcraft universe, it's an MMO. You are in the World of Warcraft, makes sense. Why it's called Warcraft? I don't know. I mean, if you craft something, you're making war, so you're crafting war, yeah. StarCraft. You're not making stars. Why is it called StarCraft? You aren't making stars. You're fighting people. I mean, technically, it could be called Warcraft as well. It's weird, right? It's kind of odd. So yeah, what does crafting stars have anything to do with StarCraft? In reality, nothing. There's nothing to do with it. And with Smite, I mean, multiple gods. What do gods do when they kill someone? They smite them, yeah. Makes perfect sense. Fear. It's like a horror FPS. It's trying to scare you with that. It makes sense why it's called Fear, because it's kind of strike fear into you. See some, yeah, Call of Duty. Yeah, that makes kind of sense. You're being called to the duty of massacring people. Let's see, what else? Now, with Blacklight, Blacklight has really nothing to do with what's going on in the game. I mean, it's an FPS, kind of similar to Call of Duty, but sci-fi. I I mean, the closest, like, the only reason for it to be called Blacklight is that, like, in the original game, there were two teams, one of which was called Blacklight. Why it was called Blacklight, I have no clue at all. I mean, it doesn't give you a reason why they're called Blacklight. And why is it called Blacklight Retribution? It's a multiplayer-only FPS. There's no story to it. Why is there a surname? Not a surname. I forget. It's not a it's suffix. Why is there a suffix? There's no story to it. There's no reason for it to be there. Half-Life. Why is it called Half-Life? I mean, Gordon Freeman kind of lives a lot. He doesn't have half of a life. You know, maybe I'm taking it too literal. I don't know. I mean, the ball. It's all about a ball. I mean, how makes complete logical sense, right? Portal. It's about making portals. It makes sense. Let's see. What else? DayZ. You know, there's, I guess the Z stands for zombies, and, you know, there's definitely days in the game. I mean, there's a day night, yeah. Makes sense to an extent. I mean, I don't really think the name DayZ, if it wasn't already a game, what do you think? Zombie survival, would you? Alright. Quake. Why is it called Quake? I mean, Doom makes sense. It's called Doom because you're kind of doomed, pretty much. Like, you're going up against Doom. You're going against your Doom, kinda. Quake doesn't make any sense, does it? And then there are the simulator games, which are literally just they're called exactly what they are, like Farming Simulator or Train Simulator, Goat Simulator. Yeah, there's goats. I wouldn't say it simulates goats. I would say it's more so of a goat sandbox, a goat physics sandbox. So why is it called well, I guess it's a parody. Yeah, satire and simulator games, you know, they kind of take themselves really seriously. Except for Train Simulator. I mean, like, why should they take themselves seriously? People pay like $60 for one train. It's Train Simulator. I mean, they have a DLC called Trains vs. Zombies. So yeah, this has kind of been like a mini rant about game names, right? I mean, Bulletstorm, yeah, there's a storm of bullets. Makes sense, right? So, thank you for listening to this really stupid video where I talk about names of video games. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.